Hey, everybody. This is Wake Up Call Live. I'm your host, Christina Previte, and joining me today for the Beauty Bag series is Diana Schimmel. You may remember her. She's been on here a bunch of times. Hi, Diana.
Hi. Thanks so much for having me back. I always have a blast with you.
Well, thank you for coming back again and again. I appreciate it. And I have to tell you, I feel a little, weird today because I'm handing over the wheel to you.
As I said, the queen of the Femme Squires is getting in the hot seat herself. I'm very excited about it.
I like that. I like being called the queen. That's pretty awesome. But I trust you. And so I'm going to hand it over to you. How do you want to start?
Sounds great. Well, first, for those of our viewers who tuned in last time for my beauty bag, I wanted to gather so much of my beauty bag stuff that I just threw it in a tote. And I only told you about my bag. So I did want to give the viewers and listeners what they want. I brought my bag with the eyelashes.
Oh, so I love it.
This is mine. So that's where I'd like to start. Can you show us your beauty bag?
Well, yes, I think the bag is very important, right? It's a very important aspect of all of this. I emptied it out already so that I could show you things in order, but I absolutely love this bag.
So cute.
It's an MZ Wallace bag. And I just love the print. It's really big and it's squishy. So, you can kind of stuff it in your suitcase or wherever you need to put it. Where'd you get yours?
I ordered this from Etsy, to be perfectly honest. It's like a small business who made it. These are like decals. And I just loved it. It has a lining on the inside. That's, I think, another key to a good makeup bag, a wipeable lining. Because, eyeliner, mascara, eyeshadow always gets in there and all over the place. So, yeah.
I love bags. Honestly, I have too many of them. I have to kind of purge a little bit. But I also have this bag. I hope I didn't go a little crazy. And you can see this is well worn. It's like all dirty. But this is a nylon bag that I got from MAC. And they have a bunch of them, all different sizes. And I like this because you can throw moisturizers and things like that. And if it leaks a little bit, it's not really a big deal. You can clean it very easily. But I really love these bags. And it's got these handles. So that's where I put my skincare stuff.
Great.
So hopefully, it was hard to really whittle this down to something that would, just take a short time to show everybody because I have way too much stuff.
And I think when I was preparing, and I'm sure you did the same, there's beauty and then there's skincare. So why don't we actually start with that? Do you have a separate beauty and skincare routine? And if so, why don't you walk us through what the morning routine or the daytime routine looks like?
Yes. I wish I could say that I was one of those people that was really religious with their morning routine and then their night routine. I can't say that I am. I do something, and there's a few things that I definitely do. So these are the products that I'm pretty loyal to. The first thing, at night, I swear by the Neutrogena makeup remover wipes.
Love those.
I kind of spot it in the store by the color of the bag. So I like this one. This is just a sensitive one, I think. And then there's another one that's lavender that, I hear lavender is supposed to be good for you at night when you're about to go to sleep. I don't know. It's calming. So I swear by these because I know me. I'm not going to wash my face at night before I go to bed, but I will use these. And I think it does a pretty good job of getting the makeup off.
I agree with you. My actual makeup artist, when I've done things for photo shoots and stuff, she uses those and she says they get the most off and that you can also buy them in bulk at Costco. So,
oh, you can. But you know what I noticed? If you don't use them pretty quickly, they will dry out.
They do, but the ones at Costco, you can buy them in 4-packs and they have the little individual wrapped packs for travel, which I love.
I love those. And if Neutrogena, if you're watching, I really wish they would make these like half the size. Sometimes I just don't need a full one. So just heads up, Neutrogena. I'm happy to promote it on my Instagram page. So the other thing that I've been pretty religious with, I'm trying to do this so you can actually read it.
SkinMedica?
I love SkinMedica products. So this is the facial cleanser. I used to just use Dove soap on my face. Then my esthetician kind of flipped out on me. So now I've been using this and it's delicate, it's gentle. It's a gentle cleanser. And I don't feel like a residue or anything greasy on my face after I use it. And I will use that after I use this. Not at night though.
I really like facial cleanser. I used to use it too. It's got like a really nice consistency, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. You don't feel like you're putting something really goopy on your face because I think can be really thick.
Yeah.
And it's got just the right amount of lather. I will say though, I'm a little bit obsessed with the new JLo Beauty brand.
Oh, okay. Do tell, because JLo looks great. And I know I've seen on your Instagram and also on the JLo Instagram, she looks great. So tell us.
She does. So I think every celebrity now has their own beauty brand, and it can get a little, I don't know, a little annoying. Like, really, does everybody have a beauty brand now? And I wanted to try it though. So this is what I bought. It's really beautiful packaging. I am a major sucker for pretty packaging. So this is a serum. So you're supposed to use this after you wash your face. You just put a little squirt of this on and it feels nice. I don't know if it's actually doing anything, but it does feel like it's doing something good.
Okay.
So I've been using that. It's really been too soon to tell if it actually works or does anything. I am going to ask my esthetician if she's big on active ingredients. She feels like if it doesn't have active ingredients in it, you're probably just wasting your money on something that looks pretty.
Sure.
So yeah. So there's that. And then she also has a cleanser, which I've started using, and I do like this. I use this like when I'm not taking a shower, but I need to wash my face.
Mm-hmm.
And then this other Skin Medica one I keep in the shower. So I kind of use them interchangeably. Okay. So we'll see. I'll let you know later if I decide to keep using those because they're not cheap.
That's the thing. Skincare can really rack up. And I think there is the adage, you pay for what you get. But that's not always true. Some of the most basic products, like those Neutrogena wipes you talked about, those are super cheap. You can get them at the drugstore. So
yeah, and that's what I love. And I've talked to a lot of doctors for my Femme Doctor series, and especially the dermatologists. They've said you don't need to go spend a ton of money on products. Just because you spend a ton of money on it, it doesn't mean that it's actually doing anything.
Yeah,
it could just be the name. So I'm trying to be mindful of that, but I am a girl and I do like to buy pretty packaging.
I don't blame you. I do not blame you at all. So is this your entire morning routine that you try to do every day or as best as you can? Like, is this what you would pretty much say is your go-to?
Well, really what I do is I wash my face in the morning. I do the serum that I just showed you. And then I always put a sunscreen on.
Oh, great.
And JLo Beauty actually has a sunscreen too. And this is nice because it's like a cream. And JLo says it has the consistency of whipped cream. And it actually kind of does. So it feels nice going on your face. But if you don't want to deal with that, I love the Neutrogena products. And I've been using this one.
Oh, nice. Okay.
See it.
Oh, it's a 60. That's good.
Yeah, it's for your face because that is really one of the most important things that you need to do to preserve your skin for anti-aging, just for good health. You have to wear sunscreen every day. And this is invisible. So it goes on, it's tinted. So you don't feel like you have this white, mask on.
Tinted. That's a great call because that doubles as somewhat of a concealer. I know I've done that if I don't feel like putting on a full face. I just do a tinted moisturizer or a tinted sunscreen. That's great.
Yeah, especially in the summer because I just can't deal with having a ton of makeup on in the summer. I do have to tell you, ladies, the one thing that I really do swear by is retinol. Ooh. I think that it makes your skin look, sorry, there's a glare on it. So I think this is a Skin Medica product. You do have to get it at a doctor's office. But it's the 0.25 and I use that like twice a week. You have to kind of go slow with it because the point of it is to help your skin exfoliate so that you can get that dead skin off and have that beautiful glowing skin underneath. So I absolutely swear by that. So that's really the gist of my primary skincare routine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, what about beauty? So do you have like a go-to every single day you wake up? Do you throw on some mascara and some eyeshadow? Is it more about a tinted lip for you? What about your actual makeup routine?
Well, I will show you. I mean, there's like a little handful of stuff that I use most of the time, but I'll start out with the things that I absolutely have to do every day.
Okay.
So I am blessed with pretty good skin. My plastic surgeon, yes, I have a plastic surgeon. I've talked about that. He
Awesome.
says that a lot of your skin health is genetic. So, you can do other things too. It's not just genetic, but thankfully, thank you, Mom, if you're watching. Thanks. And Dad, I guess Dad had something to do with it too. So I try to take care of the good skin that I have. I do have rosacea. So I get pink cheeks. You can't really see it now. I must have hidden it pretty well. But that's the one thing that really bothers me that I try to correct every day. But I am mindful of sunscreen. So I absolutely love this product. It's Chantecaille and it's called Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer. And it's obviously it's tinted. It's kind of hard to read it with the glare, but and it's upside down. But I really love this. I swear by it. This is expensive. I think this tube was like $65, but it really lasts me like a year or maybe
That's good.
It does.
Some of the more expensive stuff, maybe they even price it that way because they know it's going to last you and you only buy it once or twice a year.
Yeah, it's absolutely worth it. It's really light. It goes on nicely, but it does cover up what I need it to cover up. And I have learned, being the mature woman that I am today, I've learned over time that applying your makeup and your products with brushes is absolutely worth it. It just goes on more evenly and it feels good. So I have the matching brush that goes with it.
Nice.
I swear by this. If I had to go and be on a deserted island, Diana, this is coming with me.
That was going to be my question. What is your go-to? I know for me, it's mascara. I cannot live without mascara. We now know yours. It's the Tinted Moisturizer. I get it. I think that would be number 2 for me too. I don't blame you.
Yeah. So, and it's got the sunscreen in it. So it's really necessary. You have to do that. This little tip I learned from Kim Kardashian. Okay. So thank you, Kim. So she swears by this Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I don't wear foundation often, but when I do, this is really nice. I think it was a little pricey, but again, I don't wear it all the time, so it's going to last me a long time. But it really does go on nicely. You don't look cakey or like thick, because I hate when I see somebody who's so gorgeous, but they have all this makeup on their face and you can see it.
Yeah. And you can just see the layers. I know.
Yeah. So this really doesn't do that. But again, I do apply it with a brush and I think that helps a lot.
Do you find with the brush application versus maybe finger application that you're actually using less product because it's not wasted on your hands?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that if you apply it with a brush, you can just get it on more evenly so that it goes further. So yeah, I would agree.
Do you ever use one of those like beauty blender balls or like those foamy little sponges?
I tried it, but I just can't get it to do what it's supposed to do. I think you're supposed to actually dampen that, aren't you?
I've never gotten them to work for me either. I use more of a brush like what you just showed, or like some of the ones that are they're vertical and then like the brush is almost like a puff. I like those a lot too. But yeah, I can't get those to work for me either. And they're apparently not as sanitary. But I know a lot of beauty influencers do use them and they swear by them. So I was wondering.
They also are using a lot of foundation and concealer though.
True, and highlighting. So they're blending a lot more than probably the day-to-day woman is.
Yeah, I just don't think that I really need that. So, every once in a while I get out all my makeup and I try to do my best Kim Kardashian and do the contouring and all that, but it never really looks the same. So,
well, I think that's part of the fun is playing around with it. I always notice that you have really great eye makeup on. And right now I can actually tell you did a really nice eyeliner. Do you mind telling us a little bit about your eye makeup routine? Yeah. So the next thing I do after I put the Chantecaille tinted moisturizer on is I put my eyeshadow on. And I think it does make a big difference. If I get up in the morning and I just feel really crappy that day and just, we're into our yoga pants these days, and I'll just look at myself and think, I feel like I look like a homeless person today. A little eyeshadow can go a long way. And I swear by the Tom Ford quads. No, I'm going to show you something. Don't judge me. No judgment here.
This one is very used.
That's the way if we find, and I know I'm this way, if you find something, you stick with the winner and you use it till the last drop. I do not judge you in any way on that.
Yes. And I was very upset to go to the mall. I went to Neiman Marcus and I tried to find this again, the same palette, and they didn't have it anymore.
Yeah.
But luckily, the guy at the counter told me about a Charlotte Tilbury palette that is pretty identical.
Oh, absolutely.
So you can see the colors. And, you know, I've been doing this a long time, right? Like, we're not teenagers. We kind of know what works for us and how to do our, like how to do our own makeup, what works.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I'll put some of those colors on. But I think what I swear by again is a brush. I use this brush and I apply it. I have a little mirror with a light, and the brush makes such a huge difference. I couldn't believe it when I started using a brush.
Were you using those little pads or your finger before?
I think it was either using the little ones that come with it, which really aren't that great, or my finger. And I mean, I guess sometimes, you know, I see the influencers on the YouTube videos, they will use their finger, but they're professionals. I don't know. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I like a brush as well. Now I have a similar experience with palettes. Have you ever stocked up, like when you've known, oh my gosh, the Tom Ford quad, I need it. Have you ever gotten two at the same time? Because they do discontinue things pretty often.
I know. I wish I had the foresight to do that, Diana, but you and I weren't friends then. So
well, I'll teach you my beauty product hoarding ways. You got to always have one in the bag and one in the bullpen ready to come up and play when, you know, the other one's done. So you never, you know, run out, especially with the ones that are staples. Like the eyeshadow I'm wearing now, it's a Stila, just gold. And it was part of a palette originally. And I stocked up because I know I wear it every day. So
yeah, I think that's smart. And you know, I like my products to keep looking pretty. So again, I'm a sucker for nice packaging. I have to tell you though, my absolute favorite eyeshadow ever in the history of time.
Tell me.
Brace yourselves.
Okay.
Is Satin Taupe by MAC.
Oh, and great eyeshadow.
I just love it. Look at this. It's like really neutral. I don't know if you can see if it might be a little blurry.
I know I can
see
it.
It's like, it's a gray, but I guess it's got kind of a little hint of a plum color to it. And it's good for every occasion. It's good for being casual during the day. It's good if you want to do something a little more dramatic at night. You just layer it a little more. Awesome. And it's just perfect. You don't even need it with anything else. So if there was ever anything for me to stock up on, it would be this color. And I think just because we're talking about this, I feel like the universe is telling me to stock up on this because it's going to be discontinued.
And MAC is pretty good. I don't know if you agree, but they're pretty good at keeping colors in stock. And if you need to get, an extra one, they'll order for you. And do you find the MAC eyeshadows stay on longer than some of the other eyeshadows?
I've had good experience with it. I usually will try to buy the department store stuff. Like I've bought Chanel. I like the Charlotte Tilbury stuff and Tom Ford, and they do tend to be a little pricey, but I really think they're worth it because if you compare applying Tom Ford or MAC to like maybe a drugstore brand like CoverGirl or something, it just goes on so much better. It looks better. And for that reason, I think it's worth the extra money.
I agree. Now that MAC color you just showed us, is that you mentioned that's something you could do from day to night. So do you wear that if you're, hosting a podcast, doing a professional meeting, or going out at night? Like, is that really your versatile go-to color? It
really is. I mean, I think I kind of, how you kind of fall in love with something, you'll use it exclusively for a while and then you move on to something else. Well, I've been using this Tom Ford palette, but as we just saw, it's kind of on its way out. But I think I'm going to go back to the Satin Taupe. Okay. It's just so gorgeous. It really is. I love it. I think it would look good on you too.
Oh, thank you. I think for you, I love that color palette with your color hair. So I'm sure that makes it,
Thank you.
Now, what about mascara? Do you use a lot of mascara? Do you prefer eyeliner instead? What about any of those products?
I do have to put mascara on. I was not blessed with these really long, luxurious lashes. Even though I'm half Italian, I feel like I should have been. But I wasn't. I have tried Latisse. It does work. Yeah. but you do have to keep using it. So if you don't, if you stop using it, you will kind of go back to what the way things were. But what I swear by is the Lancome Hypnose Drama eyeshadow. I'm sorry, mascara. And I like the waterproof.
Okay.
Because it doesn't really smear or smudge. And
do you find with the waterproof though that it's harder to get off when you're taking off your makeup at the end of the day? I haven't
really had a problem with it. I probably always have residue on my eyelashes, but I can live with that.
Right? Yeah. I like that that tube. It seems like it's easy to hold, easy to apply.
Yeah, I mean, and Lancome is, it's pretty pricey. I have to say I've been using a different one too. It's called Monsieur Big, and this is also waterproof, and it's also Lancome.
Okay.
I kind of judge them by the brush.
Oh, show us.
Yeah, like this it's thick. Like I feel like that's, thick.
And
right?
it helps separate the lashes a lot better. Absolutely.
Yeah, and this one I think is curved. Yeah, it's curved.
Oh, how do you find a difference between the curved brush and
really? I kind of like the other brush better because it's a little more dense. The bristles are closer together, so I feel like it gives me a little more. But they're both good. I've used. Did you know that L'Oreal is sort of a subset of Lancome? It's like the same company.
So yes, I actually. My husband's an engineer, and he has some engineering friends, one of whom works at L'Oreal, and they're actually based pretty close to where I live in Central Jersey. So they have some offices in Jersey.
Oh, so that's so cool. Can you get your hands on any discounted or free stuff?
I have been trying for years. There was a Lancome mascara that they used to have where one half of the tube was like that white primer and the other half was the actual mascara. So it was a lengthening, and they discontinued it. And I actually asked them about it, and they didn't even have any more in their warehouse. But had they had it, I would have been able to score it. So
yeah, that's I like the Lancome primer. It's good. I kind of lost track of it. Those things dry out quickly, and you have to keep buying more. And I think that's why I sort of lost interest in it. But if you don't want to spend the money on Lancome, I highly suggest trying out L'Oreal because I think a lot of their products are still pretty good.
And like you said, if they're a subsidiary of a parent company that has the luxury brand, you're getting the basics of the same. It's just the more marketable line for that company. So some of the product is the basics are there. The foundation is there.
I think sometimes what you're paying for too is just more elaborate packaging.
And the name. And the name.
Yeah, the name.
Sure.
I swear by one of these. Right? Who doesn't have one of these? I gotta have one of these. It's an eyelash curler for those of you that are not in the know. If you need curly lashes and you don't have one of these, try it. They really work.
Do you heat yours up? I heard the secret is you're supposed to get a little hair dryer action on the padding, and then it'll set the curl.
I never heard that.
Yep.
Wow.
I have heard that.
I've got to thank you for that. That is an awesome tip.
Sure.
And another thing that I swear by, there's a couple more. This is what I use to apply my eyeliner. Now, I've been doing this since I was in my early 20s. Okay. It is hard to do this line.
It takes practice. I can't do it. I have given up. I only do bottom lash mascara or bottom lash eyeliner because I can't.
It's hard. It's hard. And I'll have days where, I'll call it like a good eyeliner day. Like today's a good eyeliner day. It went on, it was good. I didn't have a nervous breakdown putting it on. And I just love it. I've tried other ones that are similar. Like look at that. It's like a felt tip pen.
Yeah.
And this one is the best. I've tried others. I'm sure you can try others, if you have a steady hand, but I just really like that one.
What's your secret? Do you close your eye? Do you pull out your eyelash? Do you, how are you doing it? Because I know I always end up poking myself in the eye or not getting close enough to my lash line. So tell us a little bit about your secret of applying
That's a good question.
A good eyeliner day.
So actually what I do, and I've read this, I will show you the mirror that I use. And I usually come to work, my office, and I will do my makeup here. But putting this in the wrong direction. I have this mirror.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so I will put it down and I will kind of tilt it up. So I'm actually looking down into the mirror. So I'm like looking down and putting the line on. And I had read somewhere to do it that way, and it just creates a better result. And it really does seem to work.
Great.
The other thing that I do too is I put the line like where I want it to be. I don't try so hard to keep it close to the lash.
Okay.
Like I try to do it in one big swoop, because if you do it too slow, it can start to get a little uneven. And then I will fill in the part between the line and the lash line.
Okay.
So I don't just put like a line, because then it just ends up being too thin and it's too close to the lash line. And I don't know, it just ends up not looking like I even have anything on.
That's a good tip. I was always so focused on lining it up with my lash line. So now you're telling me, look, you don't have to do that. Just go back and fill it in later. That's awesome. And I'm sure that adds to the thickness of the look that you're getting.
It does. And, if you were up close to me, or, sometimes when I look at myself, I'm like, oh my God, that looks too thick. I look ridiculous. But it actually looks good, because no one's right up in your face like that.
On camera right now, I think it looks fantastic.
Well, thank you. Luckily, it worked out today. We had a good eyeliner day.
Good, good.
So the other product that I really swear by, if we were going to be on a deserted island, Diana,
you're taking the tinted lotion, and
yes, it would be this, but it would also be this. So this is also a Tom Ford eyebrow pencil.
Okay.
And this lasts forever too. But what I love about it, you can't see it as well now, but it's
cool.
Slanted.
Yeah.
And it has a built-in sharpener.
Nice.
And this is cognac. And I love this eyebrow pencil. I've tried tons of eyebrow pencils because I think it's really important to keep your eyebrows nice and groomed. And, they really frame your face. They're really important. You cannot forget about your eyebrows.
I agree.
Yeah, you have nice brows.
Well, thank you.
So, yeah. So I have to use this. So even in the summertime when I really don't wear makeup, if I'm going out, it's hot and, I just want to be casual, I will put that tinted moisturizer on and I'll put this on and some mascara and that's it. I'm done.
Oh, I like that, because then you get every part of your face. You've got a little highlight where needed. Now, do you use, after you put the eyebrow brush on, do you use a little like brush, one of those little combs to help sort of blend it in?
Well, this actually has one built in.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So you just kind of brush it.
Nice. Okay.
But
and it's also planted there. Okay.
Yeah, it is. I have a bald spot on my right brow because I have a little scar. So I have to fill that in. So that was really how I initially got preoccupied with doing my brows all the time. I've also had them tinted. They probably need to be done again, but I have gone to a spa where, they do waxing and stuff like that. And I've had them tinted, and it's really nice because then you don't have, it lasts like maybe 6 weeks and you don't have to do it as much. But
that's a long time. That's really good. I've never done the tinting, but I've heard people who've done it and said they've had a really great result. I think a lot of us who were plucking our eyebrows probably too much in the 90s are now the ones who need to get the eyebrow brushes. So when you said you had a little bit of a bald spot, but it was from a scar, I thought you were going to say it was from over plucking when we were all doing that in like 93, 94, 95. I feel like that was
I'm trying to grill them in better. Some of what you see now is pencil, but I think I did overpluck because, there was a time in the 90s when really thin eyebrows was in style.
It absolutely was. And now the bushy eyebrow is back, but none of us can grow them because we spent too many years plucking.
Nobody warned us. Well, you're going to tell Viv. So you're going to teach her. We all have to teach our daughters, don't overpluck your brows. I'm going to teach Sydney so she doesn't do that.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So now we've talked face, we've talked eyes. You're wearing a lip today. Can we hear a little bit about your lipstick, lip gloss, lip routine?
Well, I never used to really like to wear lipstick because I always felt like I had thin lips. Okay. But Dr. Asadi has fixed that for me.
Shout out Dr. Asadi.
Yeah, I had my lips done very subtle, nothing crazy.
Oh, you did? I can't even tell.
Yeah, I don't do
that's what you want. You want something subtle like that.
Yeah, something very subtle. So the guy that I go to, Dr. Asadi in West Orange, He doesn't do that. You know, I specifically told him I want it to be really subtle. I don't want to have duck lips. And he did that for me. So I love the Charlotte Tilbury products. This, again, this is another one that has gotten kind of, you know, probably needs to be replaced. But it's called Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. And it's a very neutral shade.
Ooh, I love that. I love that case too, the gold.
Yeah, so pretty, right? Again, packaging. Yeah. And it's a really pretty neutral color. And I think this probably anybody could wear this color. And it just goes on so nice.
Yeah.
And it's called Pillow Talk. You can find it, you know, online. I think it's pretty timeless. I can't imagine they would ever discontinue that one.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what I wear. But today I do have something with a little bit more color.
Oh, nice. That's like the ramped up version of the Pillow Talk color.
It basically is. Let me see. It's called Walk of No Shame. Yeah. And I like that because it shows up a little better on camera.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Now, do you typically wear lipstick, or are you more of a like gloss or chapstick person, lipstick only for like fancier occasions?
If I feel like getting glammed up. I mean, you know, my idea of glammed up is like basically right now. Like I have I have pretty much all of this on now, but I don't do that every day. I just put chapstick on. I just like to keep my lips hydrated. I don't wear the lipstick too often.
Now, have you heard that since the pandemic and everybody wearing masks that lipstick sales are down? Have you heard about that?
I believe it because the high-end brands like MAC and Lancome and them, they were having major sales all the time on lipstick.
Because people aren't seeing it. And then I know it was getting on the insides of everybody's masks.
So. Yeah, well, I experienced that too. And then I would realize, well, why am I even putting this on? Nobody can see it.
I know. But I know for me, when I'm on camera or I'm in, you know, a Zoom meeting or in court, I like to put on lipstick. Do you find that it's something you always keep in your makeup bag or your purse?
Yeah.
At least?
Yeah, I do. And, you know, I really love the neutral colors like Pillow Talk. And I have this other one. This is really like a champagne shade, but it's not good for on camera because you can't see it.
What's the name of that champagne shade?
This one is called Pitch Perfect. No, actually, nope. It's Bitch Perfect.
And that's Charlotte Tilbury also?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So Charlotte Tilbury, they know what they're doing with their marketing. I don't think I have it here with me, but when I bought a product, they sent me this little palette with these different swatches for lipstick. Okay. And I tried them all and I bought like a lot of them.
That's exactly what they were hoping you would do.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I love all of them. I got to buy all of them. So it's a good brand. And you know, some lipsticks, I really like mattes generally. Yeah. I don't like my face to look shiny. I don't like everything to look shiny. And she has a lot of mattes and I really like that. And have you ever noticed that some lipsticks, you get like a weird taste in your mouth when you wear them?
Yeah, I do. I noticed that. And they kind of get a little bit past the lip area and maybe on your teeth a little bit. And they've got like a synthetic taste. But yeah, the really good brands, I know, like I use NARS and MAC. They don't taste that way. So that's good.
Yeah. Well, hers too. I don't get a funky taste in my mouth.
Good. Now, you actually touched on something that I wanted to ask you. How do you find out about which makeups and makeup brands to use?
Well, I mean, these I've been using for a long time. I'll try new stuff. I love to follow the brands on Instagram, and I'm a sucker for just seeing a great photo, you know, someone who looks fabulous and saying, oh, I want to do that. And you can try it in the store. I will still go to the department store and try stuff on. And if I really love it, I'll get it. So
I think the other thing, and I don't know if you've done this, I've gone to the makeup counters that I like, or I've done this at MAC. I've definitely done this at Ulta. I've done it at Nordstrom. You can go and get your makeup done, and then you purchase a certain amount of products or a dollar value of products, and they make recommendations. I've gotten recommendations from that at like Sephora, and I've loved that. And then do you ever subscribe to like any of the beauty boxes or the subscription services like that? No? I
haven't done that. I really like Blue Mercury.
Yeah.
I've bought a lot of things there that I probably wouldn't have bought otherwise because there's just something about being able to go there and see it,
Mhm.
touch the products, and they're happy to let you try some of them out. And I don't know, there's just something about being there that it does make you want to buy everything. But that's how I've discovered that's actually how I found NARS. I have a lot of
Okay.
NARS eyeshadow, and those are really good quality shadows. Um, but I don't wear those as much. I feel like their colors are more dramatic, like not something I
Mhm.
would wear every day.
Mhm.
But I just love the excellent quality of the higher end brands. I really do think that they're worth the extra money.
Mhm. I agree. I totally agree. And I think I agree with you too about wanting to try it. There's something to be said about like testing out the color on your skin tone, about, seeing the way it looks against, your whole color palette. Because it can look really different online. And actually in some of the websites, I know Ulta will specifically say like color may vary or may look different on the screen. So, you want to be able to see it and see if it's actually the right color for you.
Oh yeah, and where I've gone wrong before is MAC is known for being very artistic, and a lot of professional makeup artists will use it for not just everyday wear.
Mhm.
So they've got crazy colors, like really bright bold colors, something that I'm probably not going to wear. Just
Right. We're not going to use the canary yellow,
yeah. I
to
mean,
go
it's
for it.
beautiful. And then they'll have a model have this artfully applied makeup that I will never be able to duplicate, even no matter how many YouTube videos I watch. And so I have done that a few times where I bought some unusual color, like an electric blue, and I
Yeah.
put it on, and it just looked ridiculous on me.
Yeah.
Maybe if a makeup artist had put it on, it would have looked better. But so I've made that mistake before, but I still get a kick out of having them in my makeup box.
Mhm.
But I don't know where I would ever wear those things. So
Yeah.
I gave up on that. I don't buy that stuff anymore. I stick to what I know looks good on me. What colors I know look good.
I think that's a smart idea. So what's
Yeah.
one tip as we sort of get to the end of our conversation here? What's one tip that you want to leave some of our viewers slash listeners with,
Oh
our wake
gosh.
up call followers?
I think I said this already, but I really feel like what made a difference for me to feel like I was putting my makeup on better. Um, I can do it better on myself than I can on someone else. But I think using brushes, as soon as I started using brushes, I just couldn't believe how much easier the makeup went on. When I try to put a shadow in my crease,
Mhm.
if I use a brush, the right brush, like this one,
Mhm.
it really will do that. It will go exactly where I want it to go, other
Mhm.
than just looking like, somebody just smudged all this color on my face. So
Yeah.
I highly recommend brushes for everything really, especially eye makeup.
Okay, great. Now, if I was trying to type in some of the links, I realized I may not have the access to some of the comments like you do, but we did get a comment while we were talking about mascaras, the L'Oreal Double
Oh,
Extend. That was the one that I was talking about, and so shout out Yana for
hi,
commenting
Yana.
on that. That one was fantastic. If I think anybody has questions about some of the products you mentioned, will you either type them up, Christina, or put them out there for everybody to access?
Yes, I will. That will actually be fun. That'll be a fun exercise. I will put links to everything that I talked about today, and you guys can go through my makeup bag and you can buy what you want.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I appreciate getting the opportunity to wear the interviewer hat today and to put you in the hot seat.
It was fun. Maybe we'll be seeing you on your own podcast one day, Diana.
It's always in the back of my mind, and you're a great example to follow for sure, for
Thank you.
sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. This was fun. I mean, you know what? No matter where we are in life, no matter how old we are, what we do for a living, it's always fun to just do girly stuff like this and,
Yeah.
share makeup and things like that with your friends.
I completely agree. After a very long, intensive day of family law, it was really nice to end my day today talking about makeup, and it's given me a little inspiration for my wardrobe and my makeup for tomorrow for court.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again. Would love to have you on again. You're going to be on again. You're just a staple on the show.
Well,
And
I appreciate that and always happy to be here.
yeah, so let's if you watch this and you want to show us what's in your beauty bag, let us know. We're happy to have you on.
I know there's a lot of femme squires out there, and I feel like Geraldine last time she was on with her bold red lip. We've got to get some of the other femme squires in here to show, the feminine side of us lady lawyers.
Definitely. And you know what I've been wanting to do, but let me know what you think about this. I wanted to actually have somebody come on and just go through their purse with us, like show us what is in your purse. Allison Leslie said she would do it.
I think that's a great idea too. Getting a little bit of the inside scoop on all of us femme squires. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.
Bye.